And welcome, everyone, to a Big Ten Network off-season chat. I'm Andy Katz, pleased to be joined by Joey Hauser from Michigan State. And Joey, in this era of constant movement in terms of transfers, guys declaring, you went back. You're going back to Michigan State, which is great news for the Spartans, the Big Ten. The question is why?
Honestly, there wasn't much thought that I put into it. I kind of looked at what my options were, and this seems to be the best option for me. I'm really excited about it. It's not like I was, not like I'm using my extra year of COVID. I sat out a year, so it's going to be my fourth year eligibility within 5 years of college basketball. So I'm just really excited about the opportunity to kind of step up more into a leadership role. And that's part of the reason I wanted to go back.
Yeah, you had an interesting season. There were moments, 27 points in I think your second to last game. And then, there have been times when you didn't score. I think against Purdue, toward the end of the season. So it was a little all over the place, but you had those moments. How do you build off of that?
I think it just kind of reminded me what I'm capable of. Confidence has been a huge part of my game this past couple of years, and just being confident in my abilities on the court. So I had a couple of games towards the end that were kind of reminding me what I could do. And I thought that's something I can carry in next year and do on a consistent basis.
In what way did Tom Izzo and the entire staff empower you to do more?
Well, Coach, he's always telling me to shoot more, to just play my game. And I've struggled a little bit with just kind of finding, playing my game within, obviously playing our system as well. And I just felt like, he kind of laid it out how he sees next year kind of happening. And I just thought it was going to be a great opportunity for me to really and do what I kind of envisioned myself to do in my college career.
So what did he say?
Obviously I'm going to be the oldest guy on the team, or one of the oldest guys on the team. So kind of being more of a leader on a team. Obviously I want to play a lot. I know he can't guarantee me minutes, but right now we don't have a ton of guys on our roster. So I think my minutes will probably go up by default. But I just want to, Coach Izzo has always stuck by me, and I've stuck by him, and that's why I really wanted to go back.
Yeah, look, we know you and Malik Hall. We don't know about Max Christie. He may stay in the draft. We don't know what's going to happen. Yeah. So as your point, by default, you're going to have more of a role. But either way, you should be in that position to step up. You've been through the Big Ten. You know the rigors. There's all these changing rosters in the league. What's it going to take, without us knowing the full roster yet, for this Michigan State team to be a title contender next season?
I think, right now, the guys that we do have coming back, that we know are coming back, I think are a really good group of guys. We have a lot of versatility. We might be a little undersized right now. We have a freshman 4 or 5 man coming in, Jackson Kohler, who's going to add a little more size. We got another freshman guard coming in. So, right now our roster for what we got, I really like the group of guys we have. I know Coach Izzo really does. I think me and Malik can play a lot of positions. AJ Hogarth's obviously a bigger point guard. Tyson Walker, he's one of the quicker guys I've ever played with. So those two kind of man in the point position really helps us. And then I think you're going to see guys like Jaden Akins and Pierre Brooks step up and have a bigger role than they had last season. Obviously with Max, we don't really know what's going to happen yet. But the guys we have right now, I really like our roster.
Hey, last 2 things for you, Joey. I'm just curious, from your perspective on the ground level, how has, at least in the first year, how has NIL changed things for the college athlete?
Yeah, it's been, it's kind of like the Wild West. You don't really know what's right, what's wrong. For me, I didn't have social media for the whole season. I have Instagram now, but I didn't have it for the longest time. So I know a lot of guys did stuff on social media. So I wasn't impacted by it really, and I didn't really know what was going on. But it's crazy. I've seen a couple of things about people transferring because of money or something. It's something I never would imagine. And I hope it doesn't, ruin the integrity of college sports, because It's NCAA and college sports have done a lot of great things for people.
Well, so obviously your family has benefited with your brother now playing in the NBA with the Celtics. You guys are from Wisconsin, so there's Milwaukee Bucks fandom in your history. How are you dividing your loyalty as a fan growing up with the Bucks versus your brother now playing for the Celtics?
It's tough. I went through a lot of rough times with the Bucks. They weren't good until for really any year that I remember until Giannis came and they started to get better. But I'm a Celtics fan now. I got to cheer for my brother. It's fun watching the Celtics too. They're young and they move the ball really well. So it's going to be a tough series though. The Bucks are really good. I mean, they're huge. So, but I got to cheer for the Celtics.
Well, Joey, we really appreciate your time, and it's great that you're back in the Big Ten for at least another season. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. No problem.